Welcome to Us and My Life. Love you and cause I love you so much. Oh, 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 I just love you. I just like help. I just like help. I just like you too. I just like you. I just love you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Stop the music here. There it goes. Good afternoon, everyone. This is your host for today, Linda Clayton, calling on the Optimize My Life show, brought to you by the Hope Collection. And normally on Thursday, we have Bob Oakley from New Jersey, but he's a little under the weather today, so I'm stepping in just to keep the ball rolling, as it were. These shows brought to you by the Hope Collection are on Monday through Friday, noon to 1 p.m. Eastern Time, U.S., and it's always a pleasure. Every day we have something new. Monday's Hometown Heroes, different speakers and different guests every week. And then Tuesday is Travel Tuesday with actually my husband, who's the president of the Hope Collection, Ron, and Rick Reese from Charleston, South Carolina, North Carolina. I'm always getting the Carolinas mixed up. And they talk about the travel business. Wednesday, actually, I do host Beth Wyman, who is a registered nutritionist, and so she has wonderful, great things to share. Hello there.
Hi, Linda. How are you?
Well, Bob, real fine. Oh, I just lost Bob. He was on for a moment, and I'll see if he comes back on. So hopefully he had a kind of a bad connection. So this is wonderful if he is going to be joining us. Oh, here he is again. There you are.
Hi, how are you, Linda?
Real fine. You must be traveling in a car.
I am. I'm driving.
Okay.
But anyway, I want to thank you for doing the show for me today. I appreciate it so much.
No problem at all. We're just getting. I'm just getting started and just introducing Blog Talk Radio. So.
Okay. My friend Gary Gyga said he might be on today, so I don't know if he's going to be coming on or not. But.
Alrighty. Well, if he does, we'll welcome him. So
yeah.
I know he's tied up with some things right now, and so I was just going through what we normally do, the different shows, noon to 1, on this Blog Talk platform. As I was saying, Wednesday is nutrition with Beth Wyman. Oh, and there is Ron. Now he's on also. So good afternoon. Hi, Ron. Say hello to Bob.
Hello, Robert. Hey, Ronnie, how are you? Thank you for doing the show today.
No problem.
Well,
Yeah,
have you got your waders on, Bob? Because I hear you're going fishing.
Yeah.
Fishing?
Yeah, he's going fishing. He's got a leak in one of his apartments.
Oh, dear.
So he's got to put his waders on so he doesn't drown in the stream.
I thought you were under the weather. It's your house that's under the weather, huh?
It's a beautiful day today here in Jersey.
Oh, good. Yes, it's
bright
nice
sunshine, and I don't see any clouds at all in the sky, so it's a beautiful day.
Blue sky, nothing but blue sky. Do I see?
Okay, John.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all righty.
Well, I just wanted to touch base and say hi. I know Linda's going to cover the show today, and anybody that calls in, this is a Family Day Thursday. Normally, Bob Oakley, who did was able to call in is able to call in and say hi and be able to just let you know that the show must go on, and so it is. And so this weekend, the Hope Collection is sponsoring a health and wellness expo with the local radio station WUFO and at Aqua Restaurant on Niagara Street in Buffalo. It's going to be huge. It's been promoted for the last couple of weeks on the radio. It's going to be live radio coverage. You're going to do live interviews. The Hope Collection in our booth will have half the booth will be covered with our specialist, Linda mentioned, Beth Wyman, who is a certified nutritionist and certified dietitian. And she's going to be bringing to the table and discussing diabetes and the effects that it has on the family and individuals and on the family. And I'm going to be representing, and Linda will be talking about the Cambridge Financial Plan program that we are partners in Cambridge, certified partners, that provides relief from the credit issues that are going on with interest rates and fees. And we're able to put more money in people's pockets every month so they can get on a program and relieve themselves of issues that, because of interest rates for the last 3 years, has caused people to go in debt. And you have no control. Well, you do. We have a way out, and it's through Cambridge. So anybody that comes to the show will be able to see things, and, of course, we'll have more on the website going forward. So it's good to talk to everybody. You have a great day. Thank you.
Thanks, Ron.
Thanks, Ron.
Is that Gary that just joined us also?
Yeah, I have about 5 minutes of driving yet, so I'm going to be dropping off when I get to the destination.
That's
hey,
fine.
Robert. Hi, it's me. I'm mobile too. I'm in the car here.
Okay. Good. I thought that was you, Gary. And
how's everyone today?
Wonderful. I see
beautiful sunny day.
Yes, actually, it's not raining. It's chilly here up in upstate New York, though. Actually, we're in western New York. When people think of upstate, they think of just outside of New York City. We're really upstate. We're almost in Niagara Falls ourselves. So
right. I have a friend that's in Buffalo.
Yep, that's where we are. We're in South Buffalo. So,
yeah. I said to him, I said it's going down into the 30s.
Yeah, at night it did. It's I don't know what the temperature is right now, but it's dry. It's a typical autumn day. The leaves are changing, just beautiful. The pumpkins are out on everyone's porches, and it's just really pretty. So
yeah, I gotta buy a pumpkin. That's a good reminder. I have to buy a pumpkin.
Well, our church had its fall festival a week ago, and Ron and I were in charge of the pumpkin patch. And we have just a wonderful layout of lawn and wooded area around our church, and so we had like 200 pumpkins, and they hid them around the trees and under some straw, and so all the kids could run into the pumpkin patch and find a pumpkin, so everyone got a pumpkin to take home, and they could stop and decorate them there, and it was just a lot of fun. So I didn't get one of those pumpkins, but I did buy my own. So, but it's just one of those pretty things for fall. Those and the yellow mums that I love. So, but that in every season, you'd just like to bring some traditions into things, into your home that I have an awesome fall wreath on the door, and just I don't really decorate for Halloween, but I decorate for fall. So that just makes it nice.
We were my family and I were Floor's family and I were out at at a place called Donaldson's Farms, and it's a beautiful place. That's the first time I've ever been there. But they had all this fruits and vegetables and pumpkins and everything you could think of. And we picked apples off of the tree, and we got two big bags of apples and pumpkins, and we had a great time. I know what you're saying. It's really a lot of fun when you do it as a family.
Yes, yes.
Bob, I live across the street from Donaldson.
Oh, really?
Bob?
So you're familiar.
I live right across the street from Donaldson's farm, Bob.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's a nice place.
You gotta go.
Really nice place. I was surprised when there was hundreds of people there. I was really surprised.
Oh my God! And the weekend it gets packed. It really gets packed.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have dinner. They have dinner on the farm.
Yeah.
A whole family. You could take your whole family, the kids. They got pony rides. They've got what do they call that there? The corn maze. Yeah, the corn maze. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. The little girls went on the pony rides out at Donaldson's also. Yeah.
Right.
So I'm going to be dropping off now, my friends. I arrived at the destination where I'm doing a hot water heater, replacing a hot water heater. So I'll be talking to you guys later. Gary, I'll talk to you maybe later tonight if I don't get done too late.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man, this country boy. Hold on before you go. My mentor and the founder of our water company, his name is Dan Vargas. He starts all of his. I tell him I start everything with thanks and end with thanks. He starts everything with a joke and ends with a joke. But so before I let you go, y'all got stories and testimonies. I got a joke for you, but it's really not a joke. It's twisted humor. It really happened here in Georgia. One of the local towns decided that they was going to have a big bash at one of the little small local churches, but they forgot to alert the fire department and the police department. So around dark 30, all of a sudden everybody merges in town on foot, but it's causing a traffic jam because they have no crosswalks. It's a small town, so people are popping out from everywhere. Then all of a sudden, the church is full of ghosts and goblins and skeletons and scary creature people. And Country Boy and his two sons showed up, and they said, "Sir, based on the fire department now, we're overcapacitated. We can't let y'all in, but we hear that they're having another Halloween bash right down the street at the local elementary school, and it's only 3 blocks that way." So Country Boy gets him and his two sons, and they go down 2 or 3 blocks to the local elementary school, and there's a few cars in the parking lot, and everything is well lit. So they go up and get ready to go into the school, and the guy at the door stops him and says, "Well, you guys can't come in." He says, "Well, there's plenty of room in there, right?" He says, "Yeah, but Jesus is not allowed in the school." Country Boy's son was dressed up like Jesus. They let the ghosts and the goblins and the skeletons and everything in the church, but they won't let Jesus in the school.
Oh, goodness.
That's the punchline. Oh, man, you can go. You remember that? Y'all remember they throw Jesus out of the school? You're not welcome here. I pledge allegiance to the flag, one nation under. Oh, we can't say that anymore. So, oh, man, have a good day, man. We got
one nation under God.
We got you covered, bro.
All righty.
Have a good day, old man.
All right, thank you. God bless you. God bless you all. Have a great day.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. So
Linda, how you doing today?
I'm just doing fine. We're looking forward to Saturday when we are participating in a health and wellness expo at one of the local radio stations that they've been promoting. And so we get to Beth Wyman, who on Wednesdays talks about health and nutrition, and she is coming in from Albany, New York, to Buffalo, which is about 3-4 hours away, and it's going to be really wonderful. And she's going to be talking about diabetes and about different health-related things. And we're sharing a table with her that we can talk about. She's talking about health, and we're going to be talking about wealth and different ways, actually, to help protect your wealth, because we have partnered with Cambridge Credit Organization, and they're wonderful, and they're the proud. In fact, the paperwork that I have that we just had printed that they sent to us is Cambridge is a proud partner of the Hope Collection, and they offer budgeting and financial education, credit counseling, and debt management. And Ron and I have taken advantage of their program, and I have recommended some friends of ours who are also taking advantage of the program, because sometimes if you have credit card debt, the interest rate has gone up just out of this world in the last couple years. And so you're thinking, well, I'm paying off, but I'm not getting anywhere because the interest is so high. But what Cambridge can do, they can work with your creditor and get that interest rate. We were on one of our cards, we were paying out 30% interest. 30% interest. We're still paying off the debt that we owe, but at a 9% interest. We are saving just on that one bill that we have, that one, we're saving so much money. In fact, and we had some other, credit cards that we really didn't need. We really didn't need a Home Depot card. We had bought a grill one time, and they said, oh, you can get a discount if you open a credit card and all that. But it was things that we really didn't need. They were tying up our money every month. Well, with this program with Cambridge, they were able to just knock down the interest payment. And so on some of those smaller ones, they've already been paid off completely. And so you're still paying your bills, so that you're not like declaring bankruptcy or anything, or that you would never be able to have credit again. They work with the your credit card companies, and but just make it so that when you're paying money, it's actually going to the principal and not just being gobbled up by interest. And that's so important. But they also have credit counseling and budgeting and financial education. So many kids coming out of college right now, starting their first job. That's so important to have budget and financial education. A lot of times we're not getting that in school. And so that's how kids can just run up. They're given credit cards, and without any financial education, that could be so dangerous. Starting in your 20s to have super debt, it's just not good. But that's one of the things that Cambridge offers, support. And Cambridge is a nonprofit organization, and they developed an online budgeting and financial education portal called My Money. And through this site, you'll be able to create and maintain a detailed household budget to help you identify exactly where your money is going every month and establish a plan to increase savings. I wish when we were first married we had something like this, because we really didn't. We had such little knowledge of how a budget works. And I'm talking about when we were first married, when we were quite young, it's something that everyone should know. And don't wait until you're, up in retirement age, try to figure this out. So that's why something like this is really important for college kids, for seniors in high school getting their first job. So it's more than just credit counseling and debt management. Think of it as it can help. We can recommend this to our grandchildren, our nieces and nephews, our friends, kids and grandchildren. Free budget thing, and it just can really set somebody on the right path so that they know what is income and what is outgo and how to get on a savings plan right away. I was watching I was on YouTube, and it had, is $1 million enough to retire on? I would hope so, but, it's like, you want to be smart with your money. And if you don't know what to do, this is a great place to start. And then if you do have financial, you need credit counseling, this is the place to go. I know years ago my brother had heard something on TV, called them, and he gave them the money, and they didn't pay the bill. They took his money, and he still was. So you want to make sure you are working with a trusted organization. And company's been in business for 25 years, and it is a nonprofit organization, which is just really, really good. So I thought I'd just throw that in. And so we're looking forward to Saturday, being able to share a table with Beth Wyman, get to really meet her other than on Zoom calls. We're the first time in all these years that we're actually meeting face-to-face, so that's really exciting. And just to have participate in a health and wellness expo, I'm looking forward to it because I'm going to be picking up some information from other booths also. So, it's something like this is really fun. You get to, show, help others by telling them about what you have to offer, and then take advantage of what other organizations and companies have to offer also. So if you ever hear of an expo like this in your area, sometimes it's good just to stop by. So that's what we're going to be doing this Saturday. So looking forward to that. So I know that Bob, I'm not 100% sure. I'm usually on the call, or at least listening in on Tuesday. Of course, I host the Wednesday show, and then I'm always listening in with Captain Kane on Friday. Captain Kane, Len Kane, is the founder and president of the Golden Rule Society, and he is a great friend of ours. And so I'm not too often listening in on the Thursday show, so I don't always know what Bob talks about. But one thing I had wanted to talk about, since Ron and Bob had asked me if I could just host the show today, I came across an article, and I host a Saturday morning, just a little half-hour week in review show. And so I'm always finding interesting things to talk about. And one of the things that I had came across is ways to live longer, stronger, and better. And so, you have automated behaviors. You make the coffee, you read the news, play a game on the phone, checking your email. Those account for nearly half the average person's daily activities. But you remember, your brain requires up to 3 months of daily repetition to develop the neural pathway that automates behavior. But the biggest gain comes in that first month. So be persistent. The habit you set now may be the habits you stick with for your entire life. And so these are some of the things that this article says, make weekly exercise dates. You can easily talk yourself out of a workout. I know I've done that. But it's more difficult to do when you have a standing commitment to work out with a friend. Aim for 150 plus minutes of weekly moderate intense aerobic exercise. 150 plus. That's about 25 minutes a day. Come on, we can all do, some exercise for 25 minutes a day. Do an hourly posture check. I used to work as a secretary until I retired, and I was sitting 99% of the day. So I set my Fitbit to vibrate once an hour so I could take this hourly posture check. Sit or stand up tall with your feet flat on the floor. Look straight ahead, bring your shoulders back and down, and slightly tuck in your chin. Hold this position for a count of 5. Repeat several times throughout the day. Doing so will get you used to maintaining a healthier, upright posture. When you're sitting at a desk all day, you really get those slumped shoulders. And so, just make, and again, it's one of those things that you have to really think about and make sure that you do it. Change how you carry stuff. This was something that I had to do. The goal is to balance the weight evenly on both sides of your body. I would always carry a tote bag, and sometimes I swear a head was full of bricks, but I would just sling it over my right shoulder and go about. Well, that really, you do that for, again, too long, you can really lean to one side or you're bent forward if you're carrying too much of a load. So that's when they say use a backpack or put, don't carry as much weight on one shoulder. This one is something that, especially during the summer, we did quite a bit, and we have to continue into the fall. Eat a daily salad. Just one serving of leafy greens a day was associated with slower cognitive decline, a study showed. Drive yourself eating vegetables. Find a salad, dressing, or a dip you love, and you'll be more inclined to eat veggies dipped in it. Beth Wyman yesterday, when we talked about nutrition, was saying how she finds a low-calorie ranch dress that she likes, and she gets the baby carrots, and her kids and her just love it, and they're eating their vegetables, but having just that little dip to put in the vegetables, it just really helps get those vegetables eaten. Here's another one that sounds good. Have a super berry dessert. Dark-colored berries like blueberries and blackberries contain compounds that fight inflammation and help protect your brain. 1 cup of blueberries consumed daily for 6 months can also lower your risk of cardiovascular disease by 12 to 15%. Try berries and plain yogurt as your go-to after-dinner treat. Kind of save that, 3-tier chocolate cake for a special occasion and not an every night dessert. But think of that with eating some berries and yogurt and berries and cottage cheese, how much better that would be for you. And not just the having the, I love raspberries and blueberries, and those are things, just that can really help, and they're a good, easy dessert. Once a week, try something new. Listen to new music. Learn some words in another language, or sign up for a lecture. Lifelong learning is associated with improved brain health by staying mentally active. Think of joining a book club. Those who engage their mind most often through intellectual activities such as playing games or reading were 29% less likely to develop dementia during a 5-year follow-up period. So that's really cool. Here's one. Make your bed each morning. According to a survey by the National Sleep Foundation, and yes, there must be a National Sleep Foundation, those who make their bed nearly every day were more likely to report getting a good night's sleep. Because there's something about just turning down a freshly made bed before you get into it, as opposed to some rumpled sheets and, pillowcases all askew, and, so that's something, just keep in mind, just to be able to, something as simple as making your bed each morning. Here's one. Face your alarm clock towards the wall and place your cell phone face down. Artificial light disrupts sleep. Instead of night lights, keep a flashlight next to your bed to use when needed. Ron does this. He has this really neat flashlight that just can turn on and turn off very quickly. And so in the middle of the night, so that he makes his way out of the room, he can easily light his way down without turning on overhead lights or anything like that. And that blue light that is on alarm clocks so often and on your cell phone really can be very disruptive. Now this one, I was trying to figure out. Turn the fan on when the lights go off, or invest in a sound machine. Snoring partners, traffic, and other ambient noises can cause you to wake up during the night and experience more daytime sleepiness and fatigue. A source of white noise, like a fan, can help modulate that problem. I have at times used sound machine, and it was kind of neat, but it's one of those things. Another thing here, Conroy, if you have any ideas too, just add along. Brush and floss regularly. Swollen or bleeding gums can caused by bad oral health, may lead to microorganisms traveling to the bloodstream, which could cause inflammation and heart damage. Wow. So that was surprising. Walk off your cravings. Smoking puts you at higher risk for heart disease and stroke. When a craving hits, try lacing up your shoes and heading out for a quick walk and a breath of fresh air. Who knows, you might want to keep going like Forrest Gump. I don't think you have to walk that far, but if you have cravings, not just for smoking, say that you tend to overeat, do something else instead of raiding the pantry. Do some exercises. Walk, take a walk. Remove yourself from the temptation, maybe. And so, let's see, timer. And this is very similar to, if you're, use a timer or like a Fitbit to prompt you to stand up and get your blood flowing and your muscles moving every hour. If you have a sedentary job, or if you're like us, retired and still tend to sit and read or sit on the computer, make sure you get up and start moving, and because your brain needs oxygen to be productive. So if that's how you can persuade yourself to get up and move, then do so. And let's see, I have just a couple more here. But if you think of any tips that you do, let us know. Take your phone calls while standing or walking. They're called mobile phones for a reason, Each time your phone rings, stand up or go for a walk. It's an easy way to decrease the amount of time you're sedentary. So that is something to keep that we try to do. We have a little exercise machine in the living room, and we have this nice library chair. It's a wooden chair. It does have a cushion on it, but we have this pedal. And so when we're watching TV, we, pump, it's like a bicycle, and so you just pump. We try to do it during the commercials because it's like, okay, I can do it fast for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Some of those commercials are longer than you think. But, it's one of those things like almost like a reward. If you're going to sit and watch TV, at least keep your legs active and, don't just sit and veg out. So this other one I like, make short, regular check-ins to loved ones. A study showed that even a few 10-minute phone calls each week can reduce loneliness by 20%. Call a long-lost friend every week. We often talk ourselves out of reaching out thinking we'd be interrupting them or they won't welcome hearing from us. But being the one who initiates contact can be a great gift. And that is something that Ron is really good at. Back during COVID, he has a long list of people, contacts on his phone, and he called just about every single one just to say hi. And so, but it's something, our friends in Florida, with the hurricanes and the bad weather, we have reached out to all of them several times just to make sure that they're okay, that they're safe, and that everything, see if they need anything. So Country Boys, did you have any hints that you do to stay healthy? Because I know you're not sitting at a desk job. You're out and about all the time.
Yes, ma'am. I'm glad you asked. One of the things I would like for people to do is, everybody knows how important bananas are in one's diet because of the amount of potassium, but 90% of the people that eat bananas throw the peel away. So if you guys get an opportunity, if you're listening, Google medical uses of banana peels. And you go, oh, my God, I didn't know that. If I'd only knew then what I know now. So we're in the information stage. We're going to share things with you. Now, I want to share this next little cliff note, not to scare you, not to frighten you, not to add fear into the atmosphere, but to keep you safe from things that you cannot see. Every year for the last 15 years, the grocery store used to hire me to come in and watch people shop because they're transferring the germs. Cliff note, one's body will fight off its own bacteria and germs, but not everybody else's germs. So when the virus hit, everybody was using hand wipes and washing the shopping cart handles off because you don't know how many hundreds of people touched that same cart that day. When we go into the grocery store, now please hear me as a caution and for something that you can do to stay healthier. All the shiny vegetables, cucumbers, tomatoes, squash, apples. I watched somebody go from the parking lot, touch a shopping cart. He got a wobbly wheel on that shopping cart. He put that cart back, got another cart, went in and touched about 10 to 15 apples. Didn't buy one, but he touched the one that I bought and took and shined it up on my shirt sleeve and took a bite of it on the way home. Now, fast forward to the end of the tape. My job was to stand near the checkout counters. And excuse me, ma'am, excuse me, sir. We're in the germ season. I just want to make sure that everybody's taking a precaution and washing. Did y'all hear that word? Washing their fruits and vegetables off really good. Why? because of the handling purposes, they lightly mix those vegetables that I told you about lightly with wax. Mm-hmm. My question to you, do you wash your fruits and veggies off really, really, really? Is that enough really good when you get them home? And most people would say yes, and some people say no. But my next question is what are you washing it off with, country boy? And he says, I'll just rinse them in the sink. Question, have you ever tried to wash wax off with water? And then the brain light comes on and goes, OMG. Now for the rest of the story. It's something called lemon juice. I heard people tell me about apple vinegar. Yes, it kills about 36 different bacteria. But if you Google lemon juice or lime juice, one in the same, kills up to 6,000 different bacteria on surfaces. Oh, I forgot to tell you, it's organic. So spray those grapes, those cherries, that apple, that squash, those green beans, whatever fruits and veggies you buy. Oh, Ron, when I wear thick socks in the wintertime, sometimes my feet get cold while we're out doing wood and playing in the snow. I lightly mist my shoes, my boots with lemon juice once I take them off. Oh, for y'all people that don't clean your house up until your in-laws or your mother-in-law's coming over to inspect the place, spray your comforter right where your dog or your cat lays. Lightly when you make your bed up in the morning, I lightly mist my pillowcase, so sometimes I get a little sweaty on that little spot too. I never move out that same spot, and I lightly mist my comforter on my bed. Last one and I'm done. I keep one in the kitchen sink in case I have a late night cup of coffee or cocoa. Sugar ants out this time of year. They hate citric acid from lemon. Spray any left dishes in the sink with lemon juice. I keep one in the toilet, in the bathroom in case I have guest men come over and they sprinkle and don't guide it so good. I don't care if you're my cousin, my auntie. Once you get up, I spray my toilet seat with lemon. And if you shower in a hurry when you get ready to run, right where your shower curtain touches the bathtub, sometimes it still stays moist there and don't get any light and it'll create fungus and bacteria. Just pull your shower curtain back, mist it with lemon juice and the drain, and then you're done. It'll eventually evaporate, but it'll kill all of those germs and bacteria on surfaces that you never even think about, including the diaper hamper. I'll stop right there, Linda.
Well, fruit acids are so important. I remember my grandmother talking about when they were kids, they would, after they would make lemonade, they'd squeeze the lemons to make the lemonade, but then they would put their elbows, sit at the table with their elbows in the lemons. Well, you think about it, the fruit acids soften the skin, and again, sometimes elbows get kind of forgotten, and I just always remember that picture that my mother, who's 97 next week, her mother talking about when she was a little girl. Now, of course, we have all these fancy creams and everything, but like you said, lemon, the acid in lemon just really take care of so much. It's funny you talked about banana. One of the things in this list is put a banana on it. A diet rich in potassium can help offset some of sodium's harmful effects on blood pressure. Add bananas to everything from breakfast cereal to nighttime desserts to peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And while you at it, squeeze in more sweet potatoes, tomatoes, and oranges because they're rich in potassium. I love sweet potatoes. I don't like it if you have one at a restaurant. They always want to put brown sugar and all this stuff on it. It's like, no, a little butter is just plenty. That way you can taste the sweet potato instead of tasting a whole bunch of sweetness. Tomatoes, our tomatoes this year have been really wonderful. And in fact, we need to make some bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwiches for lunch one of these days because, we have these tomatoes that we grew. Store fruit at the front of your refrigerator. When you bring fruit home, immediately wash it and put it in a bowl at the front of the top shelf rather than in a drawer. The minute you open the fridge, it will prompt you to eat some. I saw on YouTube they took a very sharp knife and was just on an apple, just showing how much wax is on an apple. It is amazing, and I like to eat the apple skin because you get a lot of the nutrients right from the skin too. But you do not. I know it's food safe, it's edible, blah blah blah. But like you said, how many people have touched it, and you really don't need the extra wax. But by washing off or using the lemon juice, that just will take care of that. So let's see. We have a couple more minutes. This is probably a little out of the ordinary of what Bob would talk about necessarily, but I came across this article, and these are just really interesting things that we should just kind of be aware of. One thing here is take time to appreciate your partner's skin, and while doing so, look for changes in his or her mold. People often notice skin cancer because of a spot that doesn't look quite right. Back in June, my husband said, "What is that lump on your back?" And it's like, "What lump?" I didn't feel anything. Where it was located, I couldn't see it. But I had all of a sudden, to me, a lump. And so called the doctor right away. They got me in right away. She sent me to a dermatologist that usually it's like, oh, we're, getting appointments 3 months out. Well, they happen to have a cancellation. And so they got me in within a couple days. And then they said, well, I think we're going to have to operate on that. And so again, maybe next month. It was on a Friday. They called me Friday afternoon. Can you come in Monday morning? We had a cancellation. So within a week and a half, we found the lump. We had it, the doctor look at it, had the surgery. Everything was fine. But I never would have noticed it. So that's why sometimes if you don't have a spouse or someone that can just look over everything, plan once a year just to have a full body scan with a dermatologist. My cousin had a melanoma that took about, and you think, okay, it's a skin cancer. Well, this kind of melanoma went into the muscle of his back, and they had to remove most of the muscle on his upper, either right or left, right back. Quite the surgery from a melanoma, from a skin cancer, because it's something that you just don't think of necessarily, or if you can't see it, like mine, I couldn't see. I didn't feel it. I didn't notice it. But so sometimes, especially as we get a little older, invest in a good dermatologist that can just do a full body scan. Just really once a year is probably all you need. Mine is scheduled for next June, since I just had the situation this past June, and it's something really just to keep in mind. Let's see, one last thing here on this list, and Beth and I have talked about this on the Wednesday show when we talk about nutrition. make a list, a grocery list before you go to the store. Check what you need, because we're always saying, "Oh, I didn't we run out of one of the spices, but couldn't remember which one it is," or get home after doing this huge grocery shopping and realize you forgot, an item that you really can't live without and have to go back to the store, which wastes time. But take 10 minutes and go through your pantry and find out what you need, so that you don't end up like we did with, I think we had 4 bottles of olives and pickles. I think we had 6 things of gherkin pickles at one time for no apparent reason. Spaghetti, we had like 4 boxes of spaghetti pasta. But it's kind of a joke, but at the same time, you just want to make sure you're spending money on what you need, and it cuts down on impulse buying. Stick to your list. Yes, you can, add a treat, but don't, your whole cart should not be Little Debbie or Hostess. So you have to, make a list and stick to it. Beth uses the online shopping, and so she'll have it delivered to the house. And she says one thing with her schedule of working and the kids and activities, sometimes it's easier for her just to pay the little extra to have it delivered. That way she knows what she's getting and only what she's getting, instead of helpful little hands adding things to the cart. So that's something if that works for you, that would work out good too. So
Linda, I definitely get you an amen right there, because we already know from old day early learning and teaching, if an idea is a good idea, and the things that you think that you want to get in your head, in your mind, didn't include Little Debbie's, just like you said, Linda. But at the same time, we know that it is written that if you do not have if you don't write it down, just like Linda said, a written plan, then you plan to fail to stick to your budget when you end up at the store and end up with all this stuff that you didn't know that you needed. Didn't need. The last one for you guys. When Linda said Ron has a whole list, I've had one for 20, maybe 30 years. I'll give you the end of the story with Stevie Wonder's song, I Just Called to Say I Love You. Y'all just don't know. Linda, I think that certain people's inspiration is, I was just called to think about you. I have a joke that I play on people here in the country. Hey, the first thing I want you to know, I don't want nothing. And they go, whew, I just called to check on you. How's the family? How's the dog? How's the cat? Did you get your car fixed? When people want to talk about themselves, it does make one feel better when you get a chance to vent. A lot of us are in what I call spiritual isolation. Even after the virus is gone now, a lot of people have lost their loved ones. And this Thanksgiving, the busiest travel holiday of the year, people are traveling around the planet to be with their family. But if you don't have no family, nobody invited you to Thanksgiving. What day is Thanksgiving? Every day. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice. Let us be glad in it. And the last one, you guys, please write this down in your memory bank. When somebody has the same bloodline as you, that makes them family. When people call you to check on you, people care about you, people that show you love, makes them sometimes even closer than your family members. God says, remind them, country boy, I am that I am that I am. I am love. So when you care about somebody and show them love and show them kindness and give them some good hope, then you're closer to what our Father says, because we're about our Father's business. He gave. So y'all keep practicing before the holidays get here, before your in-laws get here. Practice doing unto others before they do unto you. Because when you give love, hope, and kindness away, eventually it will come right back to you, even if it does not come from the person that you originally gave it to. But if the truth was really told, what the real world really needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. Back to you, Linda.
Amen. Well, thank you, Country Boy, for helping with this show today. And now tomorrow we have Captain Len Kane from the Golden Rule Society. And Captain Kane actually is the first Top Gun. We always think of, Top Gun is a naval pilot competition. He was the first first West Coast and then U.S. national Top Gun. But he has started the Golden Rule Society about 52 years ago, and he has so much to share, and it's always a pleasure to speak with him. So with that, I'm going to end a couple minutes early. Only 4 minutes, but a couple minutes early. But thank you, Country Boy, and don't forget next Thursday this time, I'm sure Bob Oakley will be back. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow at noon to 1 Eastern Time, U.S. Phone number is 714-816-4686. So if you're just listening, it's wonderful and glad to have you. And if you have a chance to call in and contribute, we'd love that too. So with that, I'm going to say have a wonderful afternoon, and we'll catch up with everyone tomorrow to hear from Captain Kane. Talk to you then.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Linda.
Bye-bye.